Recently, I've been feeling pretty overwhelmed. And this is not supposed to be a woe is me pity party video or anything alike. Yeah, let's just talk about it. Hi, I'm Isa. I am a self-published author and I went full-time. And the funny thing is, neither of those two things are what overwhelmed me recently. I don't struggle with my writing at the moment. I think I feel a lot of creativity right now and a lot of urge to write, which is always good. I don't even struggle with the whole editing process, etc., because that's normally really draining. And the fact that I went full-time as an author and quit my day job, that one I struggled with a lot, but I did so the previous year, not like right now. So I'm actually fine with that decision. That's the good part about overthinking a lot of things, because you overthink the whole process and every step. And once you do it or have done it, at least for me, the overthinking part kind of stops. So yeah, what I struggle with at the moment is more like the whole marketing / social media aspect of my writing and being an author. I just do not know what people would like to see when they watch my videos or when they go to my Instagram, or let's not even begin talking about TikTok. Like, I wonder what would be interesting. I cannot feel it myself, and I have Googled, I have researched, I have watched a million videos about author talk, author tube, etc. I think this is also a bit my ADHD talking. I research, and I kind of freeze. And that's not good, because the only thing that actually helps with the problem is usually doing something about it. I feel like the only thing that would help me with feeling so stuck with social media is actually to just post something. And I don't know what to post, but I need to start somewhere. So much about me and my struggles. What else is new? I think the biggest news is that I went full-time. It was a huge decision I made, and one I needed a full year to make, actually. Although that's not true, I think deep inside I already made the decision, but it took a year for me to act on it. I'm very anxiety-driven, and I really felt that during that year. However, right now, I'm actually feeling really good. So I'm very proud of myself that I made that step, to be honest. Yeah, just recently I have released the 8th book in my Silverlake Wolf series. I think we have 2 more books to go for the first generation of Silverlake. Then it will be a 10-book series, and I think that's good. It's not too long, and it's still long, but I think it's just okay, because I don't want to overwhelm new readers, and 10 books in a series is a lot, although they are easy to read and don't hang on cliffhangers, etc. But I think with book 9, I will tell Felix's story. With book 10, it will be Daria's story. So that's the plan for the Silverlake main series, as I call it. Then, once this one is wrapped up, I will jump into the 2nd gen and handle the kids. And that will be interesting, because there are a lot of kids. I mean, how many siblings are there? It's Liam, Marius, Finn, Aurelia, Felix, and Daria. So there are 6 siblings, and in one way or another, they will all have a family, and then have a few side characters whose stories I told in the books. There are going to be a lot of kids. So let's see how I will handle this. I mean, obviously, Liam's kids will get their own books, and in general, the 6 siblings' kids. I don't know what I will do with the other family members, kids slash kids, like Ella's, for example, or the twins, you know, from book 4. So this is the plan for the Silverlake series. First gen almost finished. I think we'll wrap it up in 27. And then second gen can start, in case you're still interested by then. Meanwhile, I have also kicked off my 3rd series, actually, which is the Healing Bond series, with the first book being My Broken Maid. My Broken Maid is a love project from me. It's very much internal conflict and not outer conflict. It's about healing. They're very much on the hurt and comfort side and deal with PTSD, with trauma, etc. I don't think they're the typical shifter books, and as that, they're incredibly difficult to market, of course. I also think they will probably receive mixed feelings from readers. This is a fair warning that they are really character-driven books, and the focus of the books is the relationship to each other, and the relationship to their families, and not so much wolf stuff. I actually could take the story out of the whole shifter universe and it will still work. I am currently working on the 2nd book of this series, and it will be the next one to go to Patreon. Talking about Patreon and Inkitt. When I say Patreon and forget to mention Inkitt, I always mean both of them. So I'm currently updating the Luna's Revenge, which is a one-shot, a standalone story about the Luna's Revenge. And I think readers on Patreon and Inkitt really dig that story because it's a fun, maybe fun is the wrong word, but it's a revenge story with an alpha and a Luna working together. They're not fated mates, so it's the alpha from one pack and the Luna from another one. And they were wronged and hurt and betrayed and meet each other by coincidence and begin to work together. It's pretty fast-paced, I think. And I do think it's a fun read because the both of them are really witty and a lot of times on top of things. And it's a good palate cleanser in my opinion. It was a good palate cleanser for me to write it, but I think it's also a good palate cleanser to read it, especially when feeling a little bit burnt out or overwhelmed with series. Then I'm currently also updating All I Want Is Love. This is a story under my 2nd pen name. Right, I forgot to tell you, I kicked off a 2nd pen name. I only have 1 book under said pen name by now, and this is going to be the 2nd one. It's going to be a holiday romance, and it's contemporary romance. And it's a low angst, sweet, cozy holiday romance. So when this video goes live, I'm not sure if I will already have taken it down from Patreon and Inkitt, because it will launch to Amazon in December. And in this story we follow Leo. Leo is a young man who leaves the city and who lost a lot of things. When he arrives in this small town, he actually struggles a lot. He had a burnout, but we don't know yet why. And he's actually moving to this small town where his brother lives, and his brother takes him under his wings. And obviously he finds love there and heals. Then another book I'm currently working on is what I call the vampire spin-off. And this book follows a character from the books 7 and 8 of the Silverlake universe. And that's Alexander. Alex is one of the vampires in these stories. and a brother of one of the main characters in book 8. And he's a very promising character. And I love writing him. So he kicks off his own spin-off series, which will be vampire focused, and it will be a whole fresh feeling to it. They're going to be more rom-com-ish, I think. Alex is so much fun to write because he's so cocky and arrogant and thinks he's so great, but in a funny way. And he is not looking down on others, but he still thinks and strongly believes he is really that great, and he is, which makes it even more funny because he's so confident. And also when he does quirky things or weird things, he's confident in them. And he and the female lead have great chemistry with each other, and they're just they're going back and forth. They're not really arguing, but they're bickering a little, and I think it's going to be really fun. It's a bit of a... What trope does it have? I think it's something like one night stand to romance or / love, and forced co-workers to friends with benefits to love, something like this. There's also an underlying mystery they're going to solve. There will be side characters which were introduced in the Silverlake books, but it's not necessary to have read these books at all. This is going to be a whole standalone series. What else? Yeah, obviously I eventually need to go back and to the Werewolf Crown series. The first one in the series was The Kingdom of Eternal Ice. The second one was The Silent Mountain. And I plan on working on the third entry, The Everlasting Desert, in 2026. This is going to be Flynn's story, and he will follow his human mate, who doesn't know yet that they're mates, to the human kingdom, to the Everlasting Desert. And a lot of things will happen there. Obviously, I'm currently working on outlining the plot. I'll be honest, these books are difficult to write and a little bit exhausting to write because a lot of research goes into them, and they're fantasy books, meaning the world is a fantasy setting. It's more romantasy than fantasy. It's still difficult to write. It doesn't come as easy to me. And they're also not as popular as my other books, which always takes a little bit away from my motivation to write them. But reviews on Amazon are pretty good, and readers' feedback is good from those I actually hear from. I do not read reviews, and I don't check Goodreads because I don't want to kill myself. No, really, reviews are a reader's space, and I only read the ARC reviews normally, the very first ones to come in, and then just stop. I need to rely on my beta readers and on ARC readers for actual feedback. I will have to write this one. Like I said, I struggle a bit with it, but yeah. What can we do about that? Nothing. Side projects. Obviously, I don't have much place and space for side projects, as in I'm writing the main entries, but I'm trying to update bonus chapters to Patreon and Inkitt. I'm really bad with that. I don't know why I'm so bad with writing bonus chapters. The problem is normally when I've wrapped up a book, I moved from it and don't feel the need to revisit it. I do think once I have wrapped up the Silverlake's main series, the first 10 books, I might start writing little bonus novellas for the main couples, just visit them and see how they're doing, if they have kids, etc. I do not think everything has to be told in the main books. And sometimes it's good to leave some things in the open. It's not an open ending, but I think sometimes it's nice to leave things for the imagination. We will visit some established couples in the last 2 books, in Felix and Dario's stories. We will visit Marius and Celine again in Felix's book, and I want to visit Finn and Freya in Dario's. So it doesn't end in any way open. But I also think that every book has to end with pregnancy and creating a family. And I want to put that in the bonus stuff, maybe. Obviously, we'll visit the family stuff again in the 2nd gen stories. And when I tell the story of Finn's child, we'll obviously know that he has a kid. I'm not sure. Does it make sense what I'm saying? I hope it does. There is that. Oh, and you do notice I'm all over the place. I'm currently working on the limited edition cover or version of an Omega for the Lycan Prince. When I'm going to the AATA book signing next year in the UK, I want to have the limited edition version. Obviously not I am working on the cover, but I'm working with a few artists on Instagram. One of them makes the cover. One of them makes the artwork I will put in the book. I hope I can provide you with, colored pages in between. Fingers crossed that works. I'm still looking for someone to make the first page. I want, when you open it, I want there to be an artwork. So that, and the layout, I want, when the chapter starts, I want it to be pretty, and the chapter breaks. So I'm still looking for somewhere for that. And the last thing I'll be doing is looking into how to create the sprayed edges. We'll go full out with that version. I don't think I will put that up for sale anywhere. I think it will really be a limited special edition, but we'll see about that. It's a year. Ask me in 3-4 months again. Okay, I think I covered everything I'm currently working on, struggling with, and writing. I think I covered it. Did I? Yeah. Let's say I did. If I didn't, you will hear about it in my next video. If you watch this video, I would be so thankful if you left a comment and tell me what you'd be interested in to hear or see in a video. What stuff you want to watch when you follow an author, or when you're an author tube. I think I said tab previously. If I said tab, I obviously mean tube. Like YouTube, not bathtub. I'm struggling a little bit with the content side of making videos, just like I said, because I don't think it's particularly interesting, because writing is just me sitting there and writing, or sitting here and talking about what I'm writing. So I'd be super thankful if you told me what you like to see. Any suggestion and any advice is perfect and fine. I'll be thankful for everything. That said, I hope you have a lovely day. Drink enough water. Enjoy your reading, your hobbies, your day. I hope you have a wonderful time. See you in the next video. Bye.